So let's do an outdoor scene now, okay? So what we'll do is we'll do a little background here. So I've got this is the eraser set I'm using. Again, white tip at the end. We know it's eraser. I'm gonna do this facing me because I'm not as talented as I led myself to be. And I'm gonna do a tree here. We're gonna do a little outdoor scene. I'll add a moon and a bunch of snow. Now, I want to make that more vibrant, so I'll take another marker from the eraser set. We're just going to go over top, bring up some more of the coloring, and there we go. Now, I've decided that instead of an outdoor scene, I want to make this a Christmas scene. So I'm going to give my tree a star. But I don't like that my star's white. Well, it doesn't matter how many times I go over it with an eraser, it's going to keep erasing, it's going to stay white. So the only way to add color to that would then to be look for a yellow lid in my magic set. Because anywhere we've drawn with the white magic pen, as we did with our secret messaging, like this, where we wrote out smile, and then we colored over top, we know anywhere with the white magic pen turned that vibrant yellow and the outskirts turn blue. So as long as I'm careful and I don't draw outside the lines of my star, I can make it a yellow star by using a magic pen with a yellow lid. Same thing with my moon. I can make my moon yellow again if I want to add color. Now, once I've done that though, I can't go back to white because the magic pen has now changed the coloring. So now my tree has color, I have snow. If I want to make it a greeting card, the same thing. I can either write across Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, or do what I did before on my happy birthday and do some lines and write out Merry Christmas or whatever holiday you are celebrating, of course. An example that I had the trade show on a much larger scale, same idea as this here with the alternating lines, but we're going to do the whole page. So I'm going to get that prep for you and then I'll come back and show it to you. So I'm just finishing up with my yellow lines here, and I thought I'd show you a little bit of it, of how I'm doing it in case you want to do it at home. I did take a ruler because for a big, huge page like this, I'm definitely not as creative to be able to keep it as I did with 5 lines, as straight and organized, especially across a whole page. So I'm going to infill with the blue from the eraser set. So I'm going to stop there. The blue from the eraser set now, I'm just going to go back and fill in the in-between. If I do it on my side, it keeps it nice and thick and fills in all the space in between the 2 yellow lines. So that when I go back over, again, it's going to be just like the demo that I did here, where you have the blue from the eraser and the yellow from the magic. So I'm going to go over all these lines now. 2 more lines. Woot, woot. And our last line, which is actually really spaced out. That one should have been closer together. So now we have the same ideas here. Again, my yellow lines are a little bit thinner. So what you can do is you can take your ruler and do all kinds of cool stuff. So if I put it in the corner here, and I start off by going across, we can do diagonals. Again, it'll be invisible on the outside, but on the inside. And if I want to make them thicker, just make sure my pen is on its side, and we're going to make it thicker. So we can do all kinds of stuff. Here's an example, finally, of the marker picking up the color of the ink. So I'm going to roll it off. See, guys? Anytime you get too much ink on it, roll it off, and then there you go. So, because if you want to write a secret message after, you won't be able to if you have that ink on your pen. Okay, so let's go back to doing the coloring. So we're going to do this. I might have to roll the ink off again after when I'm done, because I'm doing so much coloring with such vibrant colors. It might pick up a bit more ink, but again, you just roll it right off, because when you get to the point where you want to do your secret messaging and all that other stuff, if you have color on the tip, it won't roll off. I mean, it won't be, won't roll off. It won't be a secret message unless you roll it off. So you want to make sure you roll off all that ink it picked up and then go back to writing like normal so it doesn't transfer. It doesn't always do that, but sometimes it does. So now we can go across here. We're going to do this. So just using your angles, guys, you can do all kinds of cool stuff now, just like that. If I want to, say, add some designs to it, I can do that. I can just throw them in there like that. Let's do another spiral. So you see, you can do all kinds of cool stuff. Now we can add some vertical lines in, and then we can go back to the diagonal. You can do whatever you'd like, and it just makes a really cool psychedelic trippy thing. Alrighty, so that's an example of that. Now I'm going to show you guys an example of what I talked about. I'm not sure, and not to everybody, but the idea of the cool Gotham City type landscape. So this is really easy. It takes 2 pens here. It takes the black from the eraser set, since it has the white bottom. We know it's going to erase to the color of the paper, and just the white magic pen. So again, I'm not very artistic, so people who are more artistic could actually probably do this a lot more justice, but I'm going to do a little bit to give you an idea so that if you have a more artistic flair, you can do something even cooler. So I'm just giving you the basis, and then from there you can do it however you'd like. So that's the start. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put you guys on hold so you don't have to watch this whole boring part, is I'm going to color this all in black with the eraser black pen. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of color it in, and the whole thing, and I'll be back in a minute once I've colored the whole thing in, and then I can show you. Okay, guys? So just to give you an example of what it looks like. So there you go. And then to make it even more impactful, we can take our white magic pen and add some extra scenery to it. So now this is what I was talking about, the black. See how at first not very impactful? Just go over it in the areas that you want it to have color once. You don't have to go over it a million times. When you come back, you'll notice that it's changed all the way and erased back to the white. And you can see where you missed, and you can just fill in those spots. So now we're going to change this whole skyline look into an actual city by giving our buildings windows with our white magic pen. Just 2 colors. It's amazing how impactful this skyline can turn out by just using a little bit of creativity and 2 markers. I can even turn this part, if I wanted, into a road by adding the divider of the highway or the road by going across. And if I really wanted to, I'm going to risk it and try drawing a car here, maybe a sidewalk. Go all the way across to separate the city line. We shall see. And I could even be brave and draw in a little car. Again, not the most creative person, definitely not the most artistic person, but it gives you an idea of all the cool things you can do with just a few markers and a little bit of imagination. You can see how you can do a whole city line with just 2 markers, the white magic pen and the black from the eraser set. So guys, so that's some ideas for you. I hope you guys all enjoyed it today. So you've got your psychedelic art, you've got your city line art. Here's another example of the silhouette if you do it vertically. We have our festive Christmas/winter scene. We have our birthday party cards, and then just the original demonstration. But all of the markers, guys, again, they write the color of the barrel of the pen with the magic set. Use my white magic pen on it. It changes it to the color of the lid of the pen. And then again, my eraser set writes the color of the barrel of the pen. My same white magic pen now, guys, it erases it back to the color of the paper. So simple as that. Okay guys, we're in luck. I did find some other felt tip markers because I did want to show you, instead of just saying it works with other felt tip markers, use it with other felt tip markers for you. So I'm going to use, I found this green Bic bright highlighter. It is a felt tip highlighter. So same thing, this piece is adjustable. Undo it, pop any of your felt tip markers you have at home into this, line it up tip to tip, tip to tip, and tighten. Then what I do is I blow in here, and it gives it that airbrush effect. The green highlighter isn't very bright, but at least it shows you that yes, in fact, it does work with any felt tip marker. I'll show you just quickly with the brown from this set here because it is a darker color. So I'll show you that one. How the airbrush works. And then I have one last felt tip marker, and that's my black Sharpie. It also fits in here. So again, to give you an example, it's not one of these markers, to show you that it does work with any felt tip marker that fits through this tube here because it is adjustable. So again, guys, you can use it with any felt tip markers you have at home. It does the same job, and it doesn't waste your magic pen's ink because you're using your other felt tip markers that you have. If by chance you put your marker in here, you try to blow, and you don't get any ink, it just again means that your ink levels have gotten too low. So it won't work because it literally blows the ink off the end of the tip. So I hope you guys have enjoyed everything. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments, and please give it a thumbs up. I hope you guys liked it, and yeah, so enjoy, and I hope you enjoy my travel blog. I have a trip to Jordan coming up